We're going to talk about the use of different phenolic compounds-rich extracts, namely obtained from cultivated thyme for antioxidant and antibacterial purposes. So, in highlighting the previous talk, there are numerous evidences that opportunistic fungal infections, and even caused not only by fungi but also by bacteria, have still increasing and have also a direct implication on public health. In association with this, it deserves also a special relevance among the medical community. They are mainly due to the hot topic, and the crucial importance is mainly due to the increasing number of microorganisms with acquired drug resistance, but also due to the number of outbreaks of infection and even death. In association with this, we are daily exposed into various sources of aggressors, mainly derived from the environment, such as sunlight, X-rays, radiation, chemical derivatives, but also derived from foods and drinks, as also derived from proper metabolism. Those substances have numerous consequences, namely, it increases the cellular deterioration, and in long term, they contribute not only to the aging process, but also to the development of several diseases and even disorders. Those aggressors are commonly referred by free radicals, which are highly reactive molecules that contains one or more unpaired electrons in atomic or molecular orbitals, and which can react with other cellular components. In fact, medicinal plants, and not only medicinal, but in general, all of plants and living organisms are extremely rich sources of biomolecules. Some of them are the main focus of the current studies. They aim mainly not only to identify and to evaluate bioactive properties of those phytochemicals, as also to determine its synergistic effects of their association, as also to establish and determine modes of action. In particular, to the antioxidant and antibacterial properties of some plant extracts, they still remain poorly developed. It is important to highlight that essential oils comprises the main focus of attention, but it is important to be attention that its incorrect use may provide several side effects and even toxicity. So, considering that hundreds of botanical preparations have been prepared and even used for a wide variety of conditions, different studies have been currently carried out towards to confirm the effective multitude of its benefits. Notwithstanding, at a level of natural medicine, they lack of a solid foundation. We are constantly pointed due to this fact. In this line, the main objective of the present study is to evaluate as also to compare the antioxidant and antibacterial activities of thyme phenolic compounds-rich extracts obtained not only by decoction, infusion, as also hydroalcoholic extraction. So, Thymus vulgaris is commonly known as thyme, and it is a perennial subrush, widely cultivated around the world, and belongs to the Lamiaceae family. Its use is a very old tradition that remaining until now. In fact, its use has multiple health benefits, but the main responsible agents for both bioactivities are not currently Completely no. So much more research is necessary. So in the first step, we aimed to evaluate and also to compare its antioxidant potential by using 4 different in vitro assays: its free radical scavenger potential, its reducing power, as also its ability to inhibit lipid peroxidation, both the bleaching of beta-carotene as also the brain lipid peroxidation by using the brain of pig. Then we also evaluated to compare its antibacterial activity. By using this diffusion assay, we focused not only gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria aleatorily, but we mainly selected the most responsible bacteria that forming mixed biofilms and as also responsible for numerous cases of infection at the level of hospitalized patients. In addition, we also determine and compare both bioactivities relating with its phenolic composition. The characterization was carried out by using HPLC coupled to a mass spectrophotometer. As the main samples, we used flowering aerial parts, namely leaves and flowers of thymus, supplied by Soria Natural, Spain. We proceed to the preparation of the samples, namely decoction, infusion, and hydroalcoholic extract. And then, in relation to the free radical scavenger activity of thyme, we obtained an EC50 value that varied between 112 for decoction to 279 for hydroalcoholic extract. The most prominent effect was clearly to water extracts. Similar results were observed for its reducing power, mainly assessed by its ability to reduce iron form ferric to ferrous, as also decoction presented the most prominent effect. A similar potential was observed for its ability to inhibit lipid peroxidation, but in this case, hydroalcoholic extracts presented higher potential. In relation to its ability to inhibit brain lipid peroxidation, infusion presented the most prominent effect, followed by hydroalcoholic extracts and then decoction. In relation to its antibacterial activity, we used an extract concentration of 20 milligrams per milliliter, and in general we obtained a positive effect. Only Staphylococcus aureus and Klebsiella species have not sensible to the present thyme extract, and the present alus varied between 3 to 11 millimeters. This is the chromatogram of the phenolic compounds in hydroalcoholic extracts of thyme. And this is the table of its identification. Rosmarinic acid was the most abundant phenolic compounds present in both extract preparations, namely infusion, decoction, and hydroalcoholic extracts, while luteolin was the most abundant in water extracts, namely infusion and decoction. The only exception was to luteolin 7-O-glucoside, which most abundant in hydroalcoholic extract. Another flavonoid, aspartame was also highly abundant, mainly in decoction, which also presented a higher abundance in phenolic compounds, followed by infusion and then hydroalcoholic extracts. So, as the main conclusion, we expected that the most responsible phenolic compounds that evidence and contributes to both bioactivities are mainly water soluble and can be also used for health benefits, both by internal as also external use. As we also observed, both infusion and decoctions can be daily included as a complementary of the daily food, not only as a preservative or condimentary, but also including as a tea or a decoction or other uses. We also stated that thyme extract can be promissory used not only in the prevention of the reactive species overproduction, as also to prevent oxidative stress-related diseases, as also they have a positive effect as an anti-aging and against cellular damage. To the author's knowledge, at the recommended doses, the use of thyme is safe and no adverse reactions have been described. So I'm show you again the present article, and thank you for your attention.
By the way, do we have some extract with you? We can
No.
test this evening. So questions?
So do you think that your specific molecules extracted from decoction can be stable into the stomach, first of all? So I mean, can
Yes, in fact, there are some evidence that shown that some of those molecules suffer not only a chemical transition in stomach, but also in the gut. Some of them are proactive in vivo, but after proper metabolism in our organism, they can acquire not only an active form as also to be inactive. But we need to further explore it.
So did you test on cells, on eukaryotic cells, the impact of your molecules?
We tested in hepatic cells, but namely its toxicity. And thyme extract, as also sage extract, licorice, have no toxicity in hepatic cells. Otherwise, they have a protective effect.
Against what?
Against, namely, hepatic damage.
In vivo?
Yes, in vivo.
Yeah, another question. I mean, I saw that what you mentioned is mainly hydrosoluble compounds, probably,
Yes.
but there's quite a lot of interest in aromatherapy currently with essential oils, which have quite a lot of phenolic compounds, or are they related compounds?
Yes.
Did you compare or not?
In fact, currently I have no publications about those facts, but as I am a physician of natural medicine, I have some patents that I'm accomplished, and the use of those plant extract in aromatherapy or others, it's necessary to be a quite and an strict use of those extracts, namely essential oils, so, which is the base of aromatherapy.
Yeah.
When we use aqueous extracts, they also present a higher potential, but its side effects and related toxicity, it's lower. It's much more safe to use. And patients like the flavor of some infusions is amazing.
Okay.
Regarding sensitivity and resistance of your compound when you put them in contact with different bacteria, the standard of this diffusion, I mean the method of this diffusion is not a standard one. So the way we did it is to calculate minimal inhibitory concentration. Why don't you show us those results?
Yes, I can't show
And how
all
did you-
of things.
yeah,
I
but
have a lot of work.
How did you have you done your minimal inhibitory concentration?
Okay, particularly in relation to your questions.
I just want to know which method you used.
Okay. To evaluate minimal inhibitory and minimal microdilution method.
But it's not microdilution. How?
In solid or liquid maybe.
How did you?
Yes, we
how?
use it RPM high.
What it is?
RPM high. Medium.
Oh, it's
We
a
use a
liquid.
This
liquid
is a
medium.
liquid.
Liquid medium, yes.
With different concentration of your
Yes,
plant?
of the plant extract. And then we make also the CFU growth in order to evaluate the number of CFU cells at growth.
And
We
what-
make both of things, microscopic as also microscopic. And then we also count all of the number of cells.
Okay. And what about your? How do you explain the fact that with the Staphylococcus aureus you don't have any effect, and Staph epidermidis, which are very similar and normally respond to basically the same instead of vancomycin that we have in clinic practice? But how do you explain that?
Yes, we obtained interesting results. While to thyme extract, no activity was observed to Staphylococcus aureus. By using the same extract concentration, we obtained a great effect by using sage extracts. In this case, Staphylococcus aureus was resistant, not the reference strain, as we concluded that those extracts are not able to destroy and even to inhibit the growth of the normal bacteria, but also with acquired resistance.
Did you repeat your trials many times, or did you try any other
Yeah, we make
strains of
three repetition in different times, not to follow it. No.
Okay.
We make, for example, in the first assay, we make 1 to 3 triplicates, and then we tested the same conditions in 3 different times. Yes, in order to reduce the variance.
Short commentary. You may compare phenolic derivatives with the cranberry juice, which has phenolic derivatives, and it was proven that they have an effect in vitro and also in vivo against gram-negative bacteria. So you may compare your derivative with that one from cranberry juice.
Cranberry juice, but mainly you focus it flavonoids or
No, phenolic acid, not flavonoid.
only phenolic acids. Okay.
A group in Aradan or Oklahoma. If there are no other questions, we'll give you another diploma. So you may put it in your office.